And it's not that there aren't trolls and racists and sexists and all that. The trouble is they run into me, and I don't give a shit. I am a stand-up comedian. I know how to deal with hecklers, and I know how to deal with them in person, and I know how to deal with them online, and they don't last long. But when they go after me, I just laugh, and then I have my fun with them.
Was a crime.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're still doing that thing with your mouth. That doesn't.
Where I'm telling the truth? Yeah.
You're still no child. You have
Yes.
never had a moment of truth in your life. You've never spoken truth in your life.
Okay, why isn't Sacha Baron Cohen in prison?
You're certainly not doing it right now, child.
Why isn't Sacha Baron Cohen in prison?
Shut your mouth. No. It does not match. Yes, child, it is.
What crime would that be?
It does not matter. Yes, child, it is.
It does matter.
Does not matter.
It does
I
matter.
gave you
It
my
does
phone
matter.
number
It does
based
matter,
on
Patrick.
Shut your fucking mouth. It does
I will
matter
not
that you gave me
shut
your phone
my
number
fucking
based on
mouth.
false pretenses. Shut your fucking mouth. Why do you think you get to talk?
Is this what you did to your school teachers every time they proved you wrong?
Shut your fucking mouth!
Hello, and welcome to Cryptic Web Chronicles. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. The audio you just listened to consists of 2 separate clips featuring Patrick S. Tomlinson. In the first clip, from a 2017 podcast, Tomlinson enthusiastically discusses one of his sci-fi novels and his arrogant approach to handling online trolls, boasting that he finds enjoyment in fighting them online. However, the second clip, recorded during a 2021 phone interview, showcases Patrick's true character and reveals how he actually handles his trolls. Tomlinson, who had been tricked by an internet troll named Josiah, was deceived into believing he was being interviewed by the Huffington Post about the online trolling he had experienced. After spending hours divulging confidential information about a lawsuit he filed against his trolls, Tomlinson would learn about the ruse and exploded in anger as a result, repeatedly referring to Josiah as child and threatening him with prison during the heated 30-minute call. If you're not yet familiar with Patrick S. Tomlinson, whom I've been covering recently on this channel, prepare yourself as you're quickly going to discover his 3 defining traits. Firstly, he is often abrasive and confrontational to people for no reason, and seems to harbor a lot of unexplained hatred, even showing an obsession with violence. Secondly, his tendency to exaggerate and outright lie casts doubt on the authenticity of the countless claims he's made over the years. And lastly, his blatant hypocrisy is impossible to ignore, leaving you to doubt his integrity at every twist and turn. Over the years, Tomlinson has made a variety of dubious and sometimes downright false claims about stalking, death threats, vandalism, and swattings he supposedly experienced at the hands of his trolls, primarily the Opie and Anthony forums. Even though he was making claims like this long before he ever discovered the group, Patrick now obsessively attributes these incidents to the Opie and Anthony forums, which is dedicated to a defunct shock jock radio show by the same name.
People, because it's funny, because it's just so fucking funny.
As I've covered in previous videos, Patrick cannot resist responding to his trolls. He is constantly taking their bait and wasting his time sending responses to their text messages. Let's look at a text message exchange shared to O and A forums that highlights just how easy it is to troll Patrick. The troll would message Patrick writing, "Hi, I'm messaging you because your number appears on a fax that I received earlier today. I'm assuming you didn't send the fax. I'm just letting you know about it because it looks like whoever sent it is attacking your reputation." Patrick would reply, "Every day for 4.5 years now." The troll would respond asking, "Do you want me to send you a picture of the fax?" Patrick wrote back saying, "I suppose." The troll would go on to warn him, "It's pretty disgusting, so maybe you'd rather not see it." Patrick would answer, "They always are." The troll would go on to send Patrick a picture of himself and his wife, remarking, "It looks like they altered the image to make them look like grotesque subhuman creatures." Patrick would answer with his standard prison threats copy pasta. "You're going to prison, stalker. You're mentally ill, stalker. You have been instructed many thousands of times to cease contacting this phone number. Continuing to do so constitutes felony telephone harassment. Do not contact this number again. As you can see, it's incredibly easy to get a rise out of Patrick by prank calling him, texting him, or tweeting at him. However, his trolls have also employed other ways to mess with him in the past, like when one of them paid a bunch of Instagram bots to flood Patrick's comments with insulting replies, such as things like, "You have big boobies," "You very fat man," and "You love big clit." This would happen on the same day Patrick announced his appearance on an obscure TV program called NASA's Unexplained Files, catching him off guard and also ruining his moment in the spotlight. As you probably realize by now, Patrick is followed by a lot of stupid and childish drama wherever he goes, mainly because he refuses to stop feeding the trolls. In the past, Patrick has also tried to drag the website Kiwi Farms into his drama, pointing the finger at them as well. Patrick even unsuccessfully tried to sue both websites in 2021, was ultimately humiliated in court by O&A Forums, and was forced to pay a $70,000 debt to the admin as a result. It appears as though Patrick is committed to making a career out of being a professional victim. However, so far he has failed miserably. In addition to his 2021 lawsuit against 60 anonymous internet trolls, Patrick has also filed a lawsuit against the city of Milwaukee and a Milwaukee police officer, seeking $1 million settlement because of the swatting incidents Patrick claims to have endured. Don't worry, we'll be covering this lawsuit and what Patrick alleges in an upcoming video that you won't want to miss. Today, I'd just like to highlight some of Patrick's hypocritical behavior for you, and there's quite a bit to choose from. For someone who claims he's been targeted by, quote, sexist trolls in the past, Patrick himself doesn't seem to have a great amount of respect for women. Additionally, Tomlinson's first marriage, and how it came to an end, reveal actions inconsistent with the women's ally Patrick portrays himself as online. At some point in the story, online sleuths over at O&A Forums discovered that in 2011, Patrick had been arrested and pled guilty for threatening to kill his own wife and newborn daughter. Pat would lose all custody in the following divorce, and his pregnant wife would leave him for another man named John. O&A Forums users also discovered old pictures of Patrick's wife sitting on John's lap while her and Pat were still together. These images capture the pivotal moments in which Pat's wife fell for Pringles can John, who, unlike Patrick, had a massive piece and didn't play with toys. I don't think I need to explain how John earned his Pringles can nickname. Unfortunately, John passed away in 2022 due to health-related issues. Rest in peace. Patrick denies ever threatening his wife and daughter, even though the records show he pled guilty for it. Later on, he also joked about killing his ex-wife during a 2014 stand-up set that was shared to his website.
Physical beauty's never going to come at you like, honey, do these yoga pants make my ass look like it's going to leave you after 9 years for no apparent reason? And then emotionally manipulate the vulnerabilities created by my selfish actions to get you to give up the rights so the baby is growing in my womb even now. No? Is that something yoga pants do? So I'm divorced. I hate that woman. I just hate it. And I don't like the way we misuse the word hate these days, because like we just throw it everywhere. We just just overuse it to the point that it's lost all meaning. Like just yesterday, I was in line behind a young lady in Starbucks, and she looked right at the barista and was just like, "Oh God, I hate peppermint." It's like, you hate peppermint? Really? Did peppermint divorce you so 3 months later it could marry your friend Spearmint? Did that happen? Is peppermint preventing you from seeing your little candy cane right now? Is that somebody's... You ever wrestle for a week with whether or not killing peppermint was going to be worth a jail time? Is that something that's happening in your life at the moment? No? Okay, you don't hate peppermint. Okay, you dislike peppermint. It's not your thing. You got to earn hate, folks, like airline miles. All right, you just got to put the time in. Not a lot of frequent flyers in here. That's fine. Okay. I don't know.
As you can see, from the way Patrick's relationship with his first wife ended, and the way he tweets about his current wife, his posturing as a women's ally battling, quote, sexist trolls appears dishonest and contradictory with reality. At one point, Patrick even called his second wife Nikki, a quote, better replacement, and tried to claim that due to the fact he was circumcised, it resulted in him getting, quote, more blowies from her as a result. The deeper you dive, though, the stranger Patrick's story gets. One of the biggest lies Patrick has tried to incorporate into his online persona is the claim that he is a, quote, actual tough guy who is not only trained to use guns, but also a hardcore bar fighter who's even been in a series of knife fights and bar brawls. Just from looking at Patrick, you know right away this isn't true. He's a fat Midwestern sci-fi author with no training or military experience. He's been pictured on more than one occasion wearing flip-flops with jeans. He probably does visit a bar every day, but the only fighting he does there is on Twitter, where he tweets at his trolls hundreds of times. Patrick loves playing tough guy on the internet so much that the list of examples is almost overwhelming, and I could make a series of videos on these exchanges alone. For the time being, understand that a significant aspect of Patrick's identity revolves around a fabricated macho persona, which quickly dissolves in the face of genuine danger, revealing his underlying fear and cowardice. Patrick rarely plays tough guy in real life. However, there was a 2018 incident where he waddled around in a pink shirt, attempting to intimidate protesters at Worldcon, a sci-fi convention that Patrick has been known to attend in the past. A group known as Predators Out Now had come to protest the convention, alleging that the science fiction community was plagued with pedophilia and hidden abuse. These claims are at least partially true, as I've covered in my previous videos. The Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association does have a number of connections to pedophilia and child abuse, harboring abusers amongst its members, with some of them even supposedly raising legal defense funds at one point for a member who was accused of child molestation. This Worldcon protest was immediately painted as a right-wing attack by convention organizers, with several associated people, including Patrick, even going as far as calling the anti-pedophilia demonstration a dangerous Nazi rally. Despite this, the anti-pedophilia protest had a permit and had the approval of the city to last 4 hours and stay inside a designated area. In response to the protest, Patrick and several other convention-goers quickly assembled a group of counter-protesters whose role was to body-block and shield convention attendees from the anti-pedophilia protests. They all donned pink shirts in solidarity, signaling their indifference to the pedophilia allegations within the science fiction community. Patrick also took this opportunity to play pretend tough guy, posting threats that he would be doxing any so-called Nazis that attended to protest the convention, and implying he was going to be violent towards them. He later deleted this tweet and never followed through with his threats, even though he attended the protest and was filmed arguing with people like a total loser. At one point, he was also filmed doing some kind of tough guy walk near the protesters, and even tweeted lies at one point that he had gotten into a fight with one of the protesters and had to be pulled off of them. What actually occurred is Patrick embarrassed himself in front of a bunch of protesters, almost pissed his pants in fear, and then slinked back inside the convention once he realized he was outnumbered and on the verge of throwing a tantrum. Later on Twitter, Patrick would claim this as a victory against the fascist Nazis that were there to protest against pedophilia. In celebration of his bravery that day, Tough Guy Pat would have an ice cream treat. Patrick's Twitter behavior and his behavior offline is quite bizarre and has only led to further questions about his ridiculous macho man identity. In a condescending tweet from 2017, Patrick would tell a troll that, quote, ass play is not limited to gay men, calling him, quote, little butt plug, and went on to assert that being penetrated anally is enjoyed by all orientations. In another tweet from 2018, Pat would write, "You think only gays suck dick? Oh son, get out more," in response to a Twitter detractor who accused him of sucking penises. From these tweets, it sounds like Patrick is comfortable with having oral and anal sex with other men. However, Patrick simultaneously claims to be a cis heterosexual male, so these tweets are quite strange as they suggest a totally different situation. Additionally, during the previously mentioned phone call with internet troll Josiah Munoz, Patrick would react in a peculiar way to Josiah calling out his homosexual behavior.
And then we're going to go home and have a very good evening.
And she's gonna fuck you in the ass.
Thank you very much. Go fuck yourself. No, that's not... I'm into things, but That's definitely not one of them.
Yes, it is. You already said it was. She likes.
No, child,
you like to get fucked in the ass, Patrick. Don't lie. You already admitted that.
No,
Yeah,
child,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, child, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
This
you
is
did.
one of those things that is a delusion that you hold. You have no one to go to. You have no one who cares about you. You have
Dude, you're
no one
fucking
who wants
deranged.
to be with you. And I do. So guess what? We're just going to go ahead and end this pointless talk.
And you're gonna get
Again,
fucked in the ass by your
You've
wife.
never had anything to say. No, child.
Yeah, you will.
No, child.
You like to
That's
get
not
fucked in
how
the ass by
people
your
work.
wife.
No,
Yeah,
little
yeah,
baby child.
Yeah,
No, child.
yeah,
No, this,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
do.
there you go.
Yeah,
Believing your
there
delusions
you
because
go.
it's all you have left.
No,
in
that's
this
something you
world.
said, Patrick.
And I
like to
am
get
going
fucked
to
in the
take
ass.
those from you too.
You're gonna
Good
take
night,
what?
you fucking abject coward.
You're a
Jesus
fucking fat
Christ.
faggot.
No, I'm not. It's
Yeah,
not
you are.
That's simply untrue. No, it's simply untrue, baby doll. It's just not a true statement. It's a delusion you hold.
As you heard in the call, Patrick would deny these allegations, but remarked that he was, quote, into things, before going on to call Josiah baby doll. From this clip, it sounds like Patrick could possibly be hiding the truth about his sexuality. Additionally, his response about being into things is quite creepy. What does that even mean? As a side note, Patrick's wife also alluded to the fact she wasn't straight during a podcast interview with Collier Landry. In the same interview, Patrick continued to insist he was a straight male.
I mean, we're both, we're both straight, white, middle-aged.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, okay. But, we're both.
While their sexualities aren't important, I just think it's funny Patrick continues to maintain that he's a cis, straight white male over and over to his trolls, despite seemingly revealing his own strange proclivities inadvertently through his tweets and his reaction during the Josiah interview. Later on, as I covered in a previous video, Patrick would partner up with Jackie Singh, a disgraced racist troll that used to be a member of the trolling group GNAA. Jackie would join Pat in combating the O and A trolls, though it isn't clear how she actually provided any help. Sometime during the saga, Jackie would tweet the following: "As a film student and someone who regularly engages in OSINT to investigate crime, you should know that changes in camera, lens, distance, and angle can render people's faces very differently, which will result in many seemingly varied looks for people who are photographed often." Why do I mention this tweet, you ask? Well, a short time after Jackie posted this, O&A forums trolls would reveal a supposedly leaked video of Patrick being jerked off by another man. While the man in the video definitely looks similar to Patrick, I can't say if it is him for certain or not. However, the fact that Jackie would tweet about people's faces having varied looks in different videos and pictures such a short time before this video's release is an awfully strange coincidence. Her tweet also applies to Patrick's vandalism footage, where the figure that was filmed writing graffiti on Patrick's house looked very similar to Patrick as well. As the story progresses, I can't help but wonder what Jackie's true goal is in teaming up with Patrick. And I also can't help but wonder if it really is Patrick in the jerk-off video, and it depicts the things that he's, quote, into.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
Look,
Interestingly, Patrick's web of lies isn't limited to himself. He's also been caught lying about his father in the past as well. For some reason, Patrick likes to tell fantasy stories about his dad online, though I'm not sure what the payoff is besides him being able to boast, "My dad is cooler than your dad." He's made numerous claims throughout the years, including that his father, Tommy, was an NRA shooting instructor, an expert electrician, a rodeo clown, and back in the day was even supposedly a veteran cowboy and a professional bull rider in the PBR. O&A forum sleuths would contact the PBR about these claims, and surprisingly, there's no record of a Tommy Tomlinson or anyone with a similar name in the PBR's archives. So this was either another exaggeration or complete lie from Patrick. Pat also likes to boast about his father having plastic in his head after he lost a part of his skull as the result of a violent car accident. O&A forums users claim to have found a newspaper article about the crash, that states Tommy Tomlinson caused the accident while driving drunk, and that he had injured an innocent woman in it as well. I don't know if this is the same crash the article is referring to, or the same Tommy Tomlinson, but either way, Patrick remains proud of his father's plastic skull. Interestingly enough, while on the subject of driving, Patrick sees himself as a real speed racer and car expert as well. He's even posted pics of himself driving a rented BMW on social media before, saying, "Safe is not my speed." Patrick is the proud owner of a V6 Mustang, which he showed off on social media on numerous occasions. He also owns a Triumph motorcycle, though it seems he only toots around on it in order to get to nearby bars. It's been pictured by Google Street View outside Hooligan's Pub, a bar that Patrick used to attend regularly. The pub is a few blocks from Patrick's house. However, it appears recently that Patrick and his trolls' antics have led to the establishment banning Pat. He hasn't been pictured there in months, and has been spotted at other bars recently despite once telling his trolls, "Hoolies for me forever." It wouldn't shock me if hooligans did ban Patrick, due to all the negative attention he was bringing to the bar. Internet trolls had repeatedly sent prank calls and faxes to hooligans in order to troll Patrick and waste the staff's time.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if a friend of mine is there.
Okay.
His name is Patrick Tomlinson.
Oh, Patrick, yes.
He's there? Can you put him on the phone?
1 second.
All right, thank you.
Hello, this is Mark speaking. How can I help you?
Is this Patrick?
No, my name's Mark. How can I help you?
Oh, I'm trying to get in touch with a customer there. His name is Patrick.
Sorry?
I'm trying to get in touch with a customer there. His name is Patrick. He's a friend of mine.
And your name?
My name is Richard.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
No, sorry.
Oh, he's not there?
Hooligan.
Hey, can I get a pickup order?
Sure, can I have a name?
Yeah, Eric.
And what would you like?
Let's start with. Can I get the boy burger?
How do you want to cook?
Medium.
And what do you want for your side?
You guys have crinkle fries?
We have regular fries, or for $2 more, waffle fries or tater tots.
Waffle fries sounds great.
Anything else?
Yeah, how about some jalapeno poppers?
We don't have jalapeno poppers.
Oh, darn. Okay. What about the, can I do mix and match chicken tenders?
We have chicken tenders, and it comes with a side of fries.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then what kind of dipping sauce do you want for those?
How about ranch and blue cheese?
Do you want any other sauce, like barbecue or anything?
No, I think ranch and blue cheese is good.
Ranch and blue cheese. Anything else?
Yeah, you guys ban Patrick Tomlinson?
Oh, God.
Just answer the question.
Why Patrick would risk a DUI driving his motorcycle to a bar mere blocks from his duplex, I don't know. The bar is a stone's throw away, but I guess Patrick would rather drink and drive so he can show off his V6 Mustang or his bike to his fellow Milwaukee locals. Patrick is a car expert after all. He's such an authority on cars that he secretly started a blog and Twitter account centered around automobiles, where he wrote under the pen name Torque Wheeler. Patrick usually calls people cowards when they post under a pseudonym, but I guess it's okay when he does it. On this car blog, Patrick would make a variety of stupid claims about cars while pretending that he was a mechanic. My favorite one reads, "Cars aren't built like they used to be. They're built far, far better. That's why maintaining them properly is more important than ever. Automatic is here to help with that." Patrick, writing as Torque, would go on to falsely claim that he was an experienced professional mechanic, that his father was a Lucas oil salesman, and that his mother stitched custom leather interiors for a lowrider shop in Riverside, California. But the funniest part of all of this is probably how trolls figured out Patrick was Torque Wheeler and that he was behind the Automatic blog and Twitter account. You see, neither made any reference to Patrick or attributed the post to anyone besides Torque Wheeler, and trolls had no idea the blog and Twitter page even existed until a text message exchange was posted to O&A forums in 2022. In the exchange, a troll would text Patrick a series of messages mocking him. In response, Patrick would copy and paste a response to the troll like he usually does. However, he would mistakenly paste the wrong message, accidentally sending the "cars aren't made how they used to be" line instead of his regular prison stalker copy pasta. Because this was so unusual and out of place, O&A trolls searched the quote on Twitter, leading them back to the automatic account and blog. The blog featured Patrick's strange writing style and also pictures of his own V6 Mustang, confirming he was behind the Torque Wheeler account. Patrick, unable to help himself, eventually would even start replying to trolls and calling people stalkers from the automatic account, even though he had previously denied that it was him. However, since then, the account has not been active, as it seems Torque Wheeler's true identity being revealed has discouraged Patrick from writing as Torque any further. As you can see, overall, Patrick seems like a very stupid and narcissistic person, and his strategy of handling the trolls like an emotional child has not worked out for him so far. He lost his 2021 lawsuit against the O&A forums and ended up paying the admins $70,000 in order to keep from being thrown in jail for contempt of court. In March of 2024, Patrick and his wife also filed a lawsuit against the city of Milwaukee and a lone police officer because of a series of swattings they experienced in 2023. Pat is seeking $1 million in damages from the city. Keep a lookout, as I'll be covering this new lawsuit in depth in the next video. So far, though, things aren't looking so good. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Cryptic Web Chronicles. Again, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Good night.